the fate of Konor, and we are on planet Vanator. So this is a planet and it's been racked by warp breaches, so demons are roaming free on this planet, so there's going to have to be something done about this for the Imperium. So Chaos are already here, they've set up the defences. The Ultramarines are going to have to, as the mission title says, go into the Hellmouth. Right, the rules for this mission, into the Hellmouth. It's Dawn of War, but the Chaos Forces get to set up all the way 24 inches into the board, so they get quite a big portion of the board to set up in. But that's not going to be the case here, because we also set up 3 objectives, so we've put those deep in that deployment zone. 6 inches from the board edge, we've got 1 here, we've got 1 up here, and the last one is right down here. So there's 3 objectives, each is worth 3 victory points. The Ultramarines are going to have to just come and get them. So the mission states set up buildings and whatnot for the defenders, so that's what we've done. The missile silo over here will be inactive, we'll not be firing missiles out of that, but all of the buildings can house people, and we've got a vengeance battery there for the Chaos Forces. So what the Ultramarines have for this mission to help them get across the board is they have reserves. So correction, it's not reserves, it's sustained assault. I couldn't remember the name. So sustained assault, what that is if a unit dies, they're allowed to come back on the board on a roll of a 4+, so that applies for all units. If you are troops, then you get a +2 to the dice, so effectively you come back on a 2. So Ultramarines will be coming forward in plenty of numbers here, so the Chaos are going to have to use those fortifications to their best ability and survive this random length game. So it's 5 turns minimum. We'll have to see how long it goes, but it's a holdout for Chaos, and the Ultramarines are going to try and bring death and destruction with them. And the only secondary mission objective in this game will be slay the Warlord. So no first blood, no line breaker, just slay the Warlord. It's 2,000 points of Black Legion. We're using 2 detachments, a battalion and a vanguard detachment. So leading the battalion detachment we have the Chaos Lord. He's going to be the Warlord. He's going to have the Warlord trait out the Chaos book, which gives him +1 wound and ignores wounds on a 6. So he's going to be pretty tough. He's going to have the mark of Slanesh as well. He's got a plasma pistol and a power sword. I'm going to give him intoxicating elixirs, so that gives him +1 attack and +1 strength. So he's going to be +1 on most stats there. We've got second in command, we've got Exalted Champion. Really good addition to the codex, this one. He's got a power axe and he's got a combi melter. For troops in this one, we've got a unit of 20 plague bearers, because demons are now troops, so we'll give that a go. Banner amongst those. We've got 2 units of cultists, all with auto guns and a heavy stubber in each squad. And then for heavies, we've got 2 Forge Fiends with, as you see, the ectoplasm cannon in the maw, and 2 Hades auto cannons. And in the elites, we've got a big unit of 10 Terminators, so there's a lot of different weapons in here. We've got lightning claws for the champion. We've got 4, 5 combi melters, a couple of power fists in there, a couple of chain fists, a couple of mauls, and the rest are power axes, and a couple of combi plasmas in there as well. So, oh, and a Reaper auto cannon. So everyone's bringing something naughty with them. We've got a Rhino in this detachment as well. That'll be for the Chosen. So the Vanguard detachment is going to be led by the Dark Apostle, and he's going to be looking after 3 elites. So that's going to be 2 Hell Brutes there. One of them's got the double power fist with the flamers, double las cannon, and the power scourge for the other Hell Brute. We've got a unit of Chosen there. They're basically the ones out of Dark Vengeance. So we've got lightning claws. The champion has got the power fist, and there's a power axe as well. They're also going to have the mark of Slanesh, and they're also going to have the icon of excess. So do the Terminators, in fact. They've got the icon of excess with the mark of Slanesh. So all that means is on 5s and 6s, the Death to the False Emperor rule will be triggered, which means you get an extra attack if you roll that in combat. So that's also going to give us a +1 command point. So we should have 7 command points in total to play with. We're going to try and get all of the stratagems that we can get going here for the new codex. So really excited about this one.
The Ultramarines trying to keep up the pressure here, and we brought 2,000 points under the command of Captain Akiran. He's in Gravis armour, and you can see he's also brought 2 Primaris squads with him of intercessors. They're riding in the Repulsor Tank. They're equipped as you see it.
Some new models.
Yeah, bright and shiny, not a speck of dust on them. Sergeant Tellian, the headquarters, and then we have 3 units of troops, 10 in each of these 2, 6 in that one, all in a Rhino with a Stone Bolter. This squad has a power sword on the champion, and there's a flamer in there. This one has a combi grav gun, and a heavy bolter in it. Scout squad, 10 of them. We've got 5 sniper rifles, a missile launcher, and Sergeant there with a chain sword. Up in the sky here we've got a Storm Raven, equipped as you see it, and Storm Talon as you see there.
So the captain in Gravis Army is taken over from Sicarius, so what has he got for his warlord trait?
Yeah, so he's got the warlord trait of Adept of the Codex for the army, so that will allow them to re-roll their used command points on a 5+, and he's got the Santic Halo, which will give him a 3+ invulnerable, and he's not safe.
Okay. Right, so for deployment we've got the Plague Bearers taking this objective, and we've got a unit of cultists in this bunker. We're just having 2 on top just to represent them in this bunker, eventually with views to taking this objective. And we've got the big pack of demon engines here with the Warpsmith on hand, ready to give his precious pets the assistance they might need. We've got another unit of cultists inside this bunker, and we've got the Chosen, the Lord, and the Champion in here in this Rhino as well. We've got the Terminators in Teleport Strike, and we've got a brave Hellbrute. He's the close combat one in the centre of the table. He's ready to run out and do some damage if needs be. Can't be restrained. Nobody wants to restrain him, so he's run out into the open like a crazed Hellbrute should. Right, so the Ultramarines have got little defences to hide behind. The mission does stipulate put down little for the attacker, but they still do have something. They've got they're maximising the cover off this wall, or at least trying to. There's scouts there, there's tactical units, and Tellian. Even the captain's on hand. He's ready to keep everyone in line. We've got 3 Rhinos here with the squads in them. And we've got the brand new Repulsor Tank. That's got the 2 squads of Inceptors. So it's the first game of the Primaris Marines. Let's hope they put in a good showing. And we've got each flyer in each corner of the board. We've got the Storm Talon there, and the Storm Raven weighing in at a load of pounds in the blue corner here. Right, Ultramarines should be going first unless the Black Legion can steal the initiative, just like this. No, it's a 3. We're not going to use a stratagem either. We're just going to allow the attackers to attack. So here they come. The attack begins for the Ultramarines. The Storm Raven, this is a fearsome vehicle. Comes straight out of the blocks, and it's got sights for the demon engines. It's got this demon engine in range of the multi-melter. It's got storm bolters, hurricane bolters in rate of fire range. It just goes where it wants. Let's see if it does what it wants. The Hellbrute, he's attracted a lot of attention. The Ultramarines are shifting to get shots on him. So there he is. He's stirred the hornet's nest. We've got pretty much everything trying to crowd around the captain to get reroll 1. So if he goes down soon, then there's some firepower going to go down on the demon engine line. So hopefully he can take a little bit of stick. But Godspeed, Hellbrute. Don't see him come through this ungodly amount of firepower. Right, I've had bolters. Speaking up here, we've got bolters from this squad, the only thing in range. 2 Rhinos fire into the Hellbrute as well. And we've had all the bolters from this tactical squad as well into the Hellbrute. They've still got to fire the special weapons yet, but in total we're just doing all the bolt gun shots together, just for ease. So we've got 6 wounds on the Hellbrute we'll have to save on 3s, and he's taken 4 wounds. We've dropped 4 in that dice roll, not good whatsoever. So he's I think he's only got 7, no, he's got 8 wounds, so he's half dead already, and now it's time for the special weapons from that same squad. Right, so in that squad we've got a grav gun and a combi grav from the sergeant, so these are hitting on 3s against the Hellbrute. Reroll 1s because of the captain, so they're both hit, and wounding on 5s. So 1 goes through. We need to save this on a 6. It's AP -3. We'd get that one, thankfully, mercifully. There's a heavy bolter.
So hit on 4s.
4s to hit, yeah. 2 hits, 5s to wound. No wounds, so he's halfway dead, but he's not finished off yet. But there's more to fire.
Storm bolter from the Rhino.
Right, storm bolter from the Rhino. Let's see if this bolter can do what the other ones have been doing. Just 1 hit, no wound.
Okay.
Alright, Hellbrute is going to come under the worst fire he's ever seen now. The Repulsor Tank is going to fire the turret weapons that are in range, so it's the double onslaught cannons and the heavy onslaught cannon thing, and the iron rail stubber eventually, but we're going to do all of the onslaught cannon shots, heavy and normal together, so that's 18 shots hitting on 3s. Right, rerolling 1s because of the captain. There's a lot of 2s in there, so reroll those couple of 1s, and they convert as well. That's 14 hits on the Hellbrute. He's going to have to wound on a 5 now. Strength 5, AP -1. So let's reroll that one. It's a cocked 1. Alright, so that is spectacularly bad. In fact, there's only 2 wounds there. But it's AP -1, so we're going to need to save on 4s for the Hellbrute. Makes 1, fails 1. So he's down. Well, he's taken 5 wounds now, but there's still the stubber to fire. So 3 shots with this stubber, gets them all. It's only strength 4, but still needing 5s to wound. Gets 1. This is AP -1 as well. It's pretty lethal. We do get that save. Right, so he's still in the battle. Right, and then the double las cannon in the hull was dedicated towards this Forge Fiend here. So there's 2 shots coming out of this twin las cannon, and 1 hit. So it's needing a 3 to wound. Gets that wound. Right, we're saving on a Demon 5. Let's hope. No, it's a 3. Just gonna have to let that go. 6 damage. He's halfway dead. That's not good. Right, the Storm Talon, he's going to start firing now. It's the twin assault cannon into the Hellbrute, and then the las cannons at the same Forge Fiend. So the assault cannons first. It's hitting on 3s with these when it's all said and done. Rerolling 1s because of the captain. So only 1 goes through for the rerolls. My 5s again for these. Assault cannon shots. 3. This could be it. If he fails all of them, needs 4s. And makes 2, fails 1. Right, we're back over here for the twin las cannon shots at him. So 2 shots again. These are hitting on 4s, and he's missed because he's moved with a heavy weapon, so not as accurate as the Repulsor. Thankfully, bit of mercy. Alright, so hold the phone and keep your hair on. I have remembered the strafe and run rule. So the Storm Talon does actually hit on 3s. Used to it having Skyhammer missiles, that's why I thought it hit on a 4. But anyway, so those 3s do actually hit, so we're needing 3s to wound this Forge Fiend. 1 wounds, 1 doesn't. Alright, so we need to save this on a Demon 5. We get it. Cancels that shot. Thank the Dark Gods. Alright, the Hellbrute is now going to survive some shots from the Legend of Telly, and he's hiding behind the tree like a true scout. So he's got 2 shots from Quietus, and he's hitting on 2s. So he makes them both. He's wounding on 5s. Doesn't get them. That's significant because that Quietus bolt gun does D3 damage apiece, so Dreadnought, he's got a sweat on now. Right, the Storm Raven and all of its fury, it's really nasty. So we're going to have Storm Strike missiles at this Hellbrute, las cannons at this Hellbrute, double multi-melter at this damaged Forge Fiend, and then the Hurricane Bolters are going to rat of fire at this unit of Plague Bearers. So we're doing the Stormstrike missiles first at the Hellbrute. This hits on a 3 because it's got power of the Machine Spirit. Gets 1 hit and wounds on a 3. It's strength 8. Does not wound.
I'm going to re-roll that.
Right, stratagem is being used to re-roll 3s. It does happen. It's damage 3, the Stormstrike missile, so it will kill this Hellbrute if I do not roll a 6. And I roll a 1. So the Hellbrute's gone. It's not within 6 of anything, so even if it blows up, it's not going to damage anything. And there's no first blood in this game, but there's a big threat out of the way for the Ultramarines. We mourn the loss of the Hellbrute. Right, so you've got 2 las cannons at this Hellbrute now. Right, 1 hit again, so 3s needed. And that is a 1. Oh, that's cocked, so reroll that. It's a 2, so
right.
no dice. Right, so he gets away with it. Now 2 multi-melters. This is going to be savage against this Forge Fiend. So hitting on 3s. Gets them both. Wounding on 3s as well. Gets 1. Saving on invulnerable 5. This is really crucial. It's a 4. Gonna use a stratagem to reroll that. I can't lose that Forge Fiend. Oh no, it's gone through anyway. Right, so 2 dice, pick the best for the multi-melter. It's a 6, it's gone. 12 is all it had, of course. It would have rolled a 6 for that melter. So on a 6 it's going to explode. Let's hope it doesn't. It does not explode. So there's 2 important Chaos Vehicles destroyed in just 1 turn from the Ultramarines. And then we've still got the Hurricane Bolters to fire down at these Plague Bearers. Right, so we've done the Hurricane Bolters at the Plague Bearers. Because they were 20 strong, you've got a cloud of flies around you, so it's a -1 to hit, which did prove to be the difference. And after some amazing demon saves, these save awesome. Only lost 1. So even got to pass a morale check, so that's great. Automatically pass. But we're not done yet. We've still got some snipers to fire, and they are just as lethal as anything else. Right, so we've got the sniper rifles in blue and a missile launcher in red, and they're firing at the Hellbrute. So I can't afford to lose another engine here. So these hit on 2s because of Tellian, and reroll 1s because of the captain. Right, so they all hit, even the missile. And it's 4s on the blue dice. Any 6s are dangerous. Right, so the missile launcher does wound, and there's a normal wound here, but a 6 is a wound, and it's a mortal wound. So the Dreadnought is taking a mortal wound, nothing we can do about that. And we've got 2 to save on normal sniper shots, 3+. We'll make 1, fail 1, and then the rocket launcher we need to save on a 6. No, that's a 1, so that's going to go through. So D6 damage, and it's a full 6, so we've wrecked there as well. 'Cause, that's 8 in total. So let's see if he explodes. Does not explode. So 3 important engines have gone down. It's not looking good for Chaos at all. Alright, so there we go then. The true power of the Ultramarines takes out 3 important engine vehicles. They were the only defence that really could put up any stick against them. No morale check for the Plague Bearers, only lost 1, their leadership's 7, so don't even have to roll for it, we'll automatically pass. But there's nothing we can do. We're going to have to do something though, but we're looking very worried now. Right, so after such a devastating turn, there's not much we can do. We're going to bring the Terminators in at the end of the moving phase because it's just still too dangerous. We're going to have to play the long game, try and hold on the best we can. So the only thing that we've moved is the Plague Bearers. They move forward and they've gone inside of that redoubt. We're just going to try and hide. This Rhino's moved up here, still got everyone inside. Basically, we're going to try and have to summon demons. We weren't going to do it this game, but we're going to have to just to stay in the game. So we're going to have this Warpsmith. He's unaligned with any marks. He's not Slanesh like the other ones are. So we're going to see what he can do. So 3 dice. He is a Chaos character. See what we can get in here. So I've rolled an 11. Let's have a look through the big book of Chaos and see what we can buy for 11 power points. Right, so we did summon, we rolled a double 5, so that's a mortal wound on the Warpsmith, but we've got ourselves a Nurgle Demon Prince, so there he goes. We're going to give him the static power for Disgustingly Resilient. No, not that one. He's already got that one. He's got Fleshy Abundance, that's what it is. But he has got Smite, and that's what he intends to do on the Storm Raven, so here we go then. Let's see if we can smite the Storm Raven out of the sky, since we are now in the movement phase, static phase. We get it on a 5, and we only just get it. So there's no one around for the Ultramarines to deny that, so that just goes straight through. So it's D3 mortal wounds on the flyer. So 2 mortal wounds. Right, we've got more mortal wounds to try and dish out. The Warpsmith, he's going to try and curse this vehicle. He is within 18. We didn't move him out to use his multi-melter because we were being right in the line of fire of all those sniper rifles, so we just are hiding. We don't want to lose another model, but we are going to try and do this curse. So what it is, he gets a mortal wound if I can roll a 2+. So I do. It's another mortal wound, so he's got 3 wounds on him now. Right, we've still got more firepower, much less than what we started with, but it could be significant. We're going to play Demon Forge with a stratagem point. And what it means is this can reroll or fail to hit and 2 wound rolls. So we are going to be firing at this Storm Raven. What we're trying to do is damage it just enough, not to kill it, but to make it ineffective for the rest of the game. Because if we kill it, it might even come back stronger. So we're not trying to kill it. So let's see what happens. Right, so he's hitting on a 4. He gets to reroll misses. So here we go. So he hits on a 4. So we'll reroll misses. And we've got a couple more, so we've missed with that 3, but because we initially hit with this 4, it's hard to hit, so this becomes now a 3, so that misses, so only 5s score in the way the dice work now. So there we go, that's still good though, 6 wounds on it, it's strength 8. What is the toughness of a Storm Raven? Right, it's toughness 7, and strength 8 shots coming at it, so needing 3s to wound. And we re-roll failed the wound rolls with Demon Forge. It's a really good stratagem, this one. Right, so they all wound. So it's AP -1, so he's saving on a 4 with a Storm Raven, and it's 2 damage for every failure. So that is only 2 failed, so 2 and 2 damage apiece, that's 4 damage, so he's taking 5 wounds now. Right, we've got the ectoplasm cannon from the maw of the thing, so we're only getting 1 shot. We're going to have to use a stratagem reroll on this, I think. Oh, it's another 1, right, so it's another stratagem burned, and needing a 4 to hit. Well, we do hit, but it's a -1 to hit now, so that becomes a 3, so we've missed, so we don't even get our Demon Forge reroll. It's not going to plan whatsoever. Right, so it's pretty desperate now. The Stormbolter from the Rhino didn't do anything, of course, but got our last chance. We've got this sentry gun. It's going to try and hit the flyer. So what it does is it has to shoot at the nearest unit with the flyer keyword. Obviously it's the Storm Talon. It's got a ballistic skill of 5, but if you're shooting at a fly target, it goes down to 4. So this is the only defense we've really got left. And we have missed every single one. Well, there we'll go then. Right, so we've had the Demon Prince shoot up with his Warp Bolter, and he's actually caused a wound on it, so this is 2 damage. It's AP -1 as well, so you need to save on a 4, otherwise it's another 2 damage going his way. And yep, are you going to use a stratagem on that, or you?
Yes.
Okay, stratagem. No, because it's AP1, so you need a 4 to save, so it's an instant 2 damage, so he's taken 7 wounds now. That may be enough to get him down to where he's hitting on a lesser ballistic skill.
So we get that back? No.
No, so it doesn't get that stratagem back because of the Ultramarine Warlord trait. Didn't get the previous one back either, so the Warlord trait is not working for the Ultramarines yet, but everything else is. Right, and just to finish off the round, we fired the cultists from their buildings. This unit and this unit, what can I say? They are just assassins. Put 2 wounds, no 3 wounds on the Storm Raven just off auto guns. So someone's doing the job, and it's the cultists. They definitely do not want to feel the wrath of a Baden. Everyone else is going to not feel the wrath of the Baden because they're pretty much dead. So cultists are going to get a big promotion after this. Ultramarine turn 2 now. They've smelt the blood and now they're going in for the kill. Right, so the repulsor's gone forward. I've still got the 2 unit of intercessors in. We've yet to see them yet, but I'm sure they'll pop up in a second. Scouts staying still. The captain's still giving everyone that healthy 6-inch radius. 2 rhinos are empty. Their marines are out in the field there. This one's still got the unit of 10 in. It did pop smoke as well. I don't know what it thinks it's going to get shot by, but
Just practicing.
Just practicing, just some field drills there. And here they are, the horrible duo come swooping over the top of the fortifications, and they're going to look to just take out the rest of the chaos. Probably could do it in one turn. It's worth noting that although we did 10 wounds on this Storm Raven, we were still 1 away from actually taking it down to its last tier on its damage. So it's hitting on 4s now, not 3s, but we're 1 away from making a hit on 5. So it's still pretty potent on 4s, and it's parked itself right next to the Warp Smith. If he goes down, it's spelling the end, or I believe it will. So he's parked himself there. It's very likely that he's just going to go down very easily. The Rhino's on offer as well. They tried to hide, but there it is. Forge Fiend, that's probably going to get shot in the back. The Storm Talon, that flies over, and that's going to try and pick on the newly spawned Nurgle Demon Prince. So they're everywhere, all at once, with the nastiest guns known to the universe. The scouts are the first ones to fire, had all the sniper rifles at the Demon Prince. He did take a mortal wound off the sniper rifle, saved the rest. He is a fully fledged demon. He's not an Astartes demon, so he did try and get his disgusting resilience saved, but didn't make it. So he's taken his first wound. And then the missile launcher from the scouts is fired at the Forge Fiend. It's hit and wounded. We're going to have to save on a Demon Invulnerable 5, which we do not make, so it's D6 damage on the vehicle. So it's 4 wounds. Alright, we've got the debut of the Repulsor. It's now going to fire all of its onslaught cannons into this Forge Fiend, and now it's within 18, so all weapons are going to be a go here. So here's the 18 shots from the onslaught cannons. Reroll ones because the captain is still in range. There's a few 2s in there as well, so they'll go unrerollable, but 3s, and they all convert all the 1s. So just a few misses in there. Right, 5s to wound for these shots. Have we got? Right, there's 1, 2, 3, just 3, and 7 on 4s because it's AP -1. Oh, save them all. Nice. He's not going to go down easy. This guy's made a decision. And I've got the twin las cannon from the hull hitting on 3s because it's got power than machine spirit. Alright, yeah, and 3s to wound. That is both. There's nothing can stop the Ultramarines here. Invulnerable saves of 5. Don't make a single 1, so just have to let this one go. 2 6s. It's insulting. It's gone. Right, so does it explode? Does not explode. So that is another demon engine gone down. This Warp Smith is going to be inconsolable before he's killed. Right, Tellion's now going to chime in. He's going to put his shots on the Demon Prince. He's hitting on 2s. He's hit twice. He's got quietus, so this wounds on a 5. No, he escapes. Right, fired all of the bolters now, and at the bastions, but no damage. They hold up. Strong, made of strong stuff. So we've got the main stuff now. We've got the Storm Talon. It's firing at the Demon Prince. It's already fired the assault cannon. There's 2 wounds on the Demon Prince to save on 4s. And we don't make either, but we've got disgustingly resilient because we are a fully fledged demon. And we don't make one of those either, so there's 2 easy wounds on him there. So he's now taken 3 wounds in total. Now we've got the las cannon, so they're hitting on 3s. And they've both missed. Okay, stratagem used, and it's missed again. Right, so he's got off very lucky there. Right, so the Storm Raven's declaring most of its fire to the to the Warp Smith, but the multi-melters are going to go on the Bastion. So everything at the Warp Smith. I don't know what he's done to deserve this. Right, I've done the Hurricane Bolters first. Riddle him with shots. He's taken 6 wounds. He's going to have to save on 2s. And saves them all but 1. So he's taken 2 wounds now. Now he's going to put up with the heaviest weaponry in the arsenal. So I've got the 2 las cannon shots ready to go on him. So hitting on 4s this time. He's hit once. Wounds on a 2. against this poor old Warpsmith. Gets that wound. It's AP -3, so we are at 2+ save, so we get to save on a 5. Does not do it. Do we use a stratagem to reroll? Would he survive anyway? We're just going to let that go through. He's doomed anyway, no matter what we do. So the damage is 6. Doesn't stop rolling 6s for the last cannon shots. Warpsmith killed, and that stops our summoning abilities of various demons because he was the only one in the army who didn't have a mark. So it's now just down to Demon Prince to summon Nurgle stuff, but we haven't got the models for it because we've already got them on the table. So pretty much scuppered now. But all the weapons have been declared at the Warpsmith, so the shots are over except the multi-melter on the Bastion. So 2 shots, hitting on 4s, gets 1. It's toughness 10 this Bastion, so you need a 5. It's just 1 dice, but that's a fail.
5.
So that's it for the Ultramarine turn. They've pretty much killed everyone they set out to. Wounded the Demon Prince horribly, the Warpsmith's gone down. But still no wounds on the Bastions yet, so they're going to have to crack these if they actually want to win the game. But they could potentially just steamroll the Chaos forces here, so those Terminators are going to have to come down soon. And there's still the Chosen in the Rhino, but we can't commit too early, or else we'll just be blown away just like everyone else has. Alright, moving phase over for Chaos in turn 2 now. So the only thing we do is pull back this Rhino, and we are not bringing down the Terminators yet, because again, we're going to have to leave this till very late to do anything. We're going to have to tease these Ultramarines out of the lines. But what we will do is we're going to try and summon a Herald with this Demon Prince, because he can summon as well. So needing a 4 to pass that would do, so we've got ourselves a Nurgle Herald. Alright, so there's our Herald. You may ask why the Herald, but he's the only Nurgle model that I've got that isn't on the board. So maxed out what we're going to do for summoning now. But he is there. He's going to have Virtue and Blessings for his psychic power, and of course he's got Smite. So having a lot of Smite is nothing to scoff at. So let's see if they can just direct that lightning into the sky. Okay, so we're going to do Smite from the Herald up at the Flyer. See if we can get this. So it does come off on 9. Do we want to reroll? Try and get over that? No, best not. No, we won't. Alright, so it's D3 mortal wounds on the Storm Talon. It's going to be 2 mortal wounds for him. Okay, now we're going to try Smite number 2 for this Nurgle Demon Prince. He's going to try and smite the same Flyer. That does not pass. We're going to have to use a stratagem. Reroll this 1. Oh, it still doesn't pass. Right, that's not going well whatsoever. Alright, shooting phase, we've got the sentry gun. It's going to fire, well, has to fire at the nearest fly unit, which is going to be the Storm Talon. Because it's got the fly keyword, we get a +1 to hit, so we're hitting on 4s. Let's see if we can get at least 1 hit this time. We do get at least 1 hit, and that's all we get, just 1. Do we want to use a stratagem again to reroll? I think we must. Right, we're going to use another stratagem because in the shooting phase we can use the reroll again. And we still miss, right. 3s to wound. And we don't even wound. Well, this is just great. Right, Stormbolter from the Rhino is going to fire at this Flyer. All we need to do is cause 1 wound, and that'll get it on its last damage table. So we've got 2 hits from the Stormbolter, and we get 1 wound. So you need to save this on a 3 on the armour. Try again. It's gone through. That's what we needed. So it's on its last bracket. Alright, we finished shooting now. We did the Warp Bolter, just didn't get the wounds. And the cultists chiming in on this tactical squad killed 1. So cultists still doing well on the hits. So that's all we can muster this turn. This is just such a test of character, this game. We're going to have to hold on again for another turn for these Terminators to come in, and hopefully this Chosen squad might hold on. We haven't damaged this Flyer enough, but we've got this one on its last bracket, so now it's hitting on 5s. Let's hope it won't be as effective. But if only it didn't have Power of the Machine Spirit, we would feel better. But 5s, still threatening, but what is the most threatening is now the Ultramarines are coming even closer to these objectives. We probably don't have enough to hold them off. We're going to probably have to drop an objective. We'll go through a tour. We've got one here, and one here. I don't think we're going to hold them all. We've got a rhino creeping up this side. It's going to be a hard defence, this one. We've been battered and bruised. Okay, here we are, turn 3 for the Ultramarines. Could be halfway through the game, it's unknown at this point. So they're starting to make their way towards the objectives. So the flyers have also dispersed. So we've got this one making its way over here. It's going to tan this rhino, no doubt. This injured Storm Raven, this goes into hover mode. It's dropped back 20 inches. It's going to look out to take probably the Herald. Probably doesn't like all the smiting that's going on. So that's his fate probably. And all the Ultramarines are starting to make their way out of the trenches now, so this unit of tacticals is on their way. Got a rhino here with 6 guys in it on their way to this objective. The repulsors just staying tight there, just waiting for this Terminator attack. I think they're going to spring a counter attack. And this rhino, he's making his way over as well. I've got a full 10-man unit in that one. So it's starting to, the net is starting to close, and it's starting to get the sights on these objectives for the Ultramarines. Alright, the Storm Raven's kicking this one off, so the Hurricane Bolters have shot into the Herald, even hitting on 5s and wounded on 5s, just still coming away with 5 wounds. Saving on Demon, saves of 5, don't get any but 1, we do get 1. Disgustingly Resilient, we've only got 4 wounds, so if I don't get any of these then he is dead. We'll get 1, he's got 1 wound left, but the multi-melters have been dedicated towards him, so 2 shots on the multi-melters, so they both missed because he's hitting on 5s, and the rest of the shots were designated towards this rhino, so we'll have to see how this turns out. That's the 2 las cannons at the rhino hitting on 5s. Nope, I don't know why there's 3 dice there, but they all missed. 2 rockets hitting on 5s.
Oh, that one.
And they've missed as well. The rhino, if it had lungs to breathe a sigh of relief, it would, but it's still got to put up with this flyer. Right, 2 assault cannons from this flyer at the rhino. So this
2 las cannons.
Yep. So this is fresh. So it's going to be hitting on 3s. Gets both hits. Right, 3s to wound. Gets the rhino's toughness. Right, only 1.
Reroll that one.
So stratagem, and converts again. Alright, 7 on 6s for this humble rhino. Don't get any, but those are the 5s we needed for the demon saves earlier. But so here's the damage, 2d6, and it's only 4 this time, not a 6 in sight. They've been rolling 6s habitually, so good to see some low damage now. So twin assault cannon now is going to try and finish the job, 3. So a few misses in there, but that is a hit behind the rhino. So 3 misses, and wounding on 5s. So 3. So you go 7 on 4s. Get 2, fill 1. So it's taking 5 wounds now. Hanging on. So Tellion's going to fire now, all the way behind that tree at the Demon Prince.
He's up the tree.
Yep, well, we'll see. So here we go. 2s to both hit, 5s to wound this Demon Prince. 1. Alright, so what's the AP of Quintus? Quietus. So it's AP -1, so it's saving on 4. Oh, don't save it, so it's D3 wounds from this gun. 2, right, so we got disgustingly resilient saves against this. Oh, fill 1, fill the other, right, he's taking 2 wounds. What is going on? Snipers, they're firing out. They've already hit and wounded. They've got 1 mortal wound from one of the shots, so we'll have to save that on disgustingly resilient, which we do. We'll finally get a save, hurrah! And then we've got 2 armor saves to make from them. So we'll take another wound, so disgustingly resilient for that one, and fill that one. So 2 wounds. He's on his last wound now, this Nurgle Demon Prince. Alright, so the shooting phase is over for the Ultramarines. Everyone fires at this bastion, and the masonry is starting to crack now. It's taking 12 wounds. That's from the onslaught cannons and the las cannons and everything. But it's bolters that have been doing the work as well, just getting the sly 6 here and there. So 12 wounds on this. It's just a little under halfway, but some more work and that'll be gone. Okay, they say the night is darkest just before the dawn, so let's pray this is the dawn. We are going to attack. So this rhino, before it moves, it spits out the chosen and the champion. The Lord, he doesn't consult it, he advances. He gets exactly what we needed. He's got within 6 inches of these Terminators who've just arrived. Finally, the reserves are here. We've brought them down. Hopefully this is the time. So we've got combi melters, plasmas ready to go. We're going to try and do our best to get this done. We're going to have reroll 1s with the Lord. If there was a time to bring the heat, it's now. Otherwise we're up Nurgle's Creek without a paddle. So as well, speaking of Nurgle, we've got the Plague Bearers. They've came out of this bunker, the redoubt. They're going to charge, try and surround this rhino and shut it down. If we can crowd around it, the 10-man unit won't be able to get out, and if we can do even better than that, if we can destroy it, then that unit will be destroyed because they won't be able to be deployed either. So we've got our work cut out for us, so we'll see how that goes. This Herald, he's going to try and give them a power to make that happen. And all out attack, so we've even got the wounded Demon Prince. He's on his last wound. He's going to try and do something about this. Maybe he's mounted a charge. We need to stop this attack here. If we can just take some Ultramarine units away here, we might be able to do well. This Rhino's popped smoke. It's just trying to keep itself alive. It's severely damaged, but we're going to try and... This is our time. I feel it. Alright, Psychic Phase. Let's try and start on a good note. He's going to do Fleshy Abundance on himself. It's Warp Charge 5. So here we go. We pass on a 7. Is the number... Oh no, it's an 8. Maybe it's not then. So what happens is we'll pass that, we'll get D3 wounds back. We're only going to get 1 wound back, but still that's good news because it means we're not on death's door anymore. Right, and then we're going to do a power here from the Herald. He's going to do Virulent Blessing. He is within 18 of that Plague Bearer squad. See if we'll pass it. We need a 6. We'll pass it, right. What it means is these are now going to get +1 to their wound roll against that Rhino when they assault. Right, we've got plenty to shoot the shooting phase. We don't know where to start, so we'll start with the sentry gun at the flyer. We need 4s on this again, see if it gets any better. There's 2 hits and 3's to wound. That's a cock die, but we do get 1. Get 2, right, saving on 6s with this flyer. Gets 1. 1/6, right, so D6 damage is a 2 and it's on 11 wounds. Our flyer, 1 wound left, hanging on. Right, right, we're going to do a combi melter from the Exalted Champion. He's going to fire on this Rhino here, so he hits on a 3. He rerolls 1s because of the Lord is within 6, thankfully. He does get a hit. 3 to wound, gets that wound. There's no save, it's AP -4 melter gun. So D6 damage on the Rhino. It's the full 6, right? Are we seeing the rise of the Black Legion here? Okay, here we go. Terminator's firing. We're going to have 5 combi melters into this Rhino. It seems excessive, but we can't allow it to live. And we're going to have all the rest of the weapons, rapid firing plasma guns and a Reaper autocannon into this squad. So we're going to do the rapid firing plasma guns. We're getting rerolls of 1 from the Lord, and in yellow is the Reaper autocannon. Right, so we've got a 1 there. We can reroll that, and the autocannon only hits on a 4 because it's a heavy weapon. Right, almost forgot the autocannon's got an extra 2 shots, so there's an extra hit. Right, so we've got 2 from the autocannon and 3 from the plasma guns. 6 from the plasma guns. Right, here we go then. 3's to wound all around. Right, 2 drop there from the plasma gun, so we've got 2 saves to make on 4s, and Okay, so 1 dies because it's AP -1. This one saves, and then we've got 4 to save from the plasma guns on 6. So 1's down already. Now there's going to be 4 saves needed on 6s. Right, 2 survive. Right, so there's 3 dead in total. Right, well, that could have been better, but that's what we got. Combi melters at this rhino. So they all hit, can't reroll a 2. Wound on 3s against this rhino, and that is why we put so many on it. Only 1. So crap. 6 to see how many damage. 3 damage, so it's teetering, it's on its last hull point now. A wound, should I say. Right, so there's 1 wound left on the rhino, so we fired the cultists from this building here at it, didn't get anything. Fired the Bastion cultists here at the rhino, got 1 wound. Gonna have to save on a 3 or else it's over for that rhino. Stratagem or?
Yeah, we'll do stratagem.
Right, here we go then. Passes. Right, so it's a stratagem gone. Let's see if you get that stratagem command point back. Yay or nay?
No.
No, so it doesn't come back, so we forced him to use a stratagem there. Right, the Demon Prince, he's going to fire his warp bolter at this rhino here. Hits on 2s, gets it. 5s. Gets them both. This is AP -1, a warp bolter, so save on 4s. And it's gone. Can't reroll after that stratagem's just been used. So the rhino goes down. You've got 6 guys in it, so you need to roll 6 dice. 6s kill, or is it 1s? We'll say it's 1s. 1s kill models.
It's 1s, yeah.
Yeah, so 6 dice. Let's see what happens to the occupants. They all pass with flying colours. See if it explodes. On a 6, does not explode. Right, the rhino goes down, leaves these ripe for the picking, so they're not within rapid fire range of these chosen. It's been wise and put them out of range, but we still do have 2 bolt guns at long range, so let's see if they can do something. Reroll 1s because of the Lord, so 2 hits, 4s to wound. Double 1 again. Shouldn't be using blue dice, that's what it is. Okay, so that's everything shot in the chaos phase, but we have an ace in the hole here. Here we go. We're going to play stratagem. Because these have got the mark of Slanesh, we're going to go for endless cacophony. You select a unit and they can immediately shoot again. So we're playing that stratagem, and it doesn't end there. We're also going to play the Veterans of the Long War stratagem. That gives you a +1 to your wound rolls. So we're going to shoot again. We're going to get a reroll 1s because of the Lord. And we get a +1 to wound. So we're going to make this one count this time. So we're going to have the plasma guns fire at the squad that were shot at the first time, and the Reaper autocannon's going to go at them. And then we are going to have the combi melters again at this unit who just came out of the rhino. So we're going to have the combi melters first, and let's do the Reaper autocannon with that as well. Right, so hitting on 3s mostly. Okay, real 1s because of the Lord. Right, that's 2 more, so we've only missed 2 of them. And because we've got that Veterans of the Long War, we're now wound on 2s. And still doesn't stop us from rolling some 1s. But there's 3 wounds on the sergeant's, this guy's squad. So they're saving on 6s, and then a save on a 4 there. So the 3 go down now, and then another one on a 4. He saves, so 3 more go down. Okay, so there's only 3 left now. I've been very lucky that squad, I think. We're going to fire the combi melters at this squad. And reroll 1s because of the Lord. Okay, they all hit. No, they don't. That doesn't hit. That was a 2. Right, win on 2s. And still there's a double 1. I don't know what is with my dice rolling. But 2 are instantly killed because it's AP4 from a melter. So 2 go down. Okay, so we're going to do some charges now. Right, we're going to charge the Demon Prince into this squad first. And then if he makes it, even if he doesn't, we're going to charge the Terminators at both the squads. So we're going to resolve the Overwatch like that, and then we'll be charging the Plague Bearers into the Rhino, see if we can crowd around that. Right, so no damage from the Overwatch. He's going to need an 11 to get in here. Nope, does not do it. Right, so we're going to do Terminators at both squads. Right, so we've made it through all the bolter fire. We're going to do the grav gun shots now, so these need to hit on 6s. Gets 1, wounds on a 3. Makes it right. We're going to have to save on an invulnerable 4. On an invulnerable 5, but a 1's not going to cut it, so it's D3 damage because we are in heavy armour. D3 damage, it's a 3, so Terminator is killed. Right, so we lost the guy, and it's going to be a 9-inch charge to make it to either unit, so here we go. Oh no, we've run out of stratagems, we can't re-roll. Alright, so not so good over there for charges, but we got what we wanted here. We've been able to pile in and around this tank, so we've got 20 attacks in total. We did lose a plague bearer, but the plague ridden has 2 attacks. So we've got 20 attacks hitting on 4s. That looks okay. Right, so we're strength 4, so we're needing 5s. Okay, so we've got a 6, that is important. There's a 5, and there's another 5. But we've got plague sword, so we get a reroll all failed wound rolls. Right, so we've got another 2 6s, which again is important. Another 5. And because of our psychic power that we've got put on, because we got a psychic power, we've got 2 4s there, which we can get to bump up to 5s because we get +1 to our dice roll there. So there's in total there is 5 wounds to save on armour saves here. These are normal ones, saved on 3s. So they all save, and then there's 3 6s here. What these are is if you fail these, it's double damage. Right, so 2 fails, that means it's 1 damage, but it's 2 damage each because there were 6, or there were 7 pluses rather, because we rolled a 6, get a +1 because of the casting psychic power. So ultimately, in a nutshell, come away with 4 wounds there. And a long-winded explanation. Right, so that is the end of the turn for Black Legion. We've done a morale check here. Surprisingly, even after initial no fear, 2 Marines go away. But I think the Ultramarines will use the special rule for the mission, so we'll do that when it comes. So he's now probably going to be removed and replenished with the squad, but that is the end of the Black Legion's turn. Probably could have done better with the Terminators. We gave them every chance, but we've killed some stuff and we're happy with that. Right, we're into turn 4 now, and the Ultramarines have finally released the new guys. The intercessors are out of the repulsor, and it's time to take these Terminators to task. So there's lots of AP -1 bolters there. Bolters here. Last surviving member with the combi grav, he's not going to go down without a fight. Still the captain, giving everyone reroll 1s, making sure they're around that bubble. And this flyer comes back. He's going to add his shots to something. Might be the Terminators. Might try and strip these plague bearers away. That rhino can't do anything since it's surrounded, so it's something to be concerned about. This flyer as well flies down the edge of the battlefield, and it's going to pick out a target from somewhere. Someone says it's the Chosen, so maybe they might get some stick. But here we go. Ultramarines shooting phase, turn 4. Right, the small Marines, the veterans, try to show the intercessors how it's done. This guy misses. It's not very good. I'm not setting a good example. These fire the bolt guns, rapid fire, still only get 1 wound, so we're going to have to save that for the Terminators. That's a 1. So we've taken a wound from just the piddlers, piddly bolt guns. Right, the Storm Raven still is not dead, and it's still trying to kill things. 4 wounds from the Hurricane bolters on the Terminators. Oh, we've lost 1 and a wound on another. We need to roll better than this if we plan on surviving. Right, Storm Strike missiles hit as well on a 5. Going to need to save on an invulnerable 5. Oh, dear me. There's another Terminator dead. So we've lost 2 this round so far, and the las cannons. So we might as well see this. Oh, 2 6s. My word. Right, 2s to wound. the Ultramarines just can't roll badly in this game, right? So it's 7 on 5 for the first one. No, 7 on 5 for the second one. We do save the second one. What is the damage? Please just roll a 1. Oh, so there's a Terminator killed 3 times over. Right, there's 2 melter guns. If they keep shooting like this, it's going to be hot weather. But they've missed finally. Only 6 Terminators left now. Out of all of that, they've just not performed very well. Gotta say, they were given every chance and now they're just going down in droves. Right, Terminator's taking more hammering from the snipers. Lose 1 from a missile launcher and take a wound from a sniper rifle. So we're down to 5 now. We're just going down thick and fast. But now it's the bolt rifles of the brand new intercessors. So we're firing 5 first, see how they do. So yeah, here we go. They're rolling 1s. This is the one closest to the guy. Yeah, so all but 1. Wounding on 4s now, and these are AP -1. So every single one of these is nasty. But only 2. Right, we're saving on 3s for the Terminators. Please just save. Oh, we'll lose another one because he's already got a wound. So only 4 left now, and there's still another squad to fire. Are they firing at the same Terminators?
Well, we'll leave those for now. I'm going to go to the Storm Town. Okay, we'll fire the last cannons out then.
Right, and where are the assault cannons going?
And the assault cannons are going on these.
Alright, so 2 last cannons at the Terminators then. That's 2 hits. And 2 wounds. Need to save on invulnerable 5s again. There's 1 saved, 1 goes through. What's the damage? 4, there's another Terminator dead. Oh dear, it's so painful. Alright, and then the assault cannons on the Chosen. Okay, so finally the dice offer mercy to the Black Legion. Very poor rolling on the assault cannon. Only 2 wounds on these Chosen, so we are in cover. So we will be saving on our normal 3. And we do get both, so they do better than Terminators for saves. Alright, so when it rains a pause, we've been shot at with the Terminators with the las cannons and killed another, so we've only got 2 left now. And then all of the rest of the weapons are going at the Chosen, and there's 10 wounds being achieved by just the onslaught cannons alone. So 7 in cover, so we'll end up on 3s again. And we do roll better than the Terminators again, so there's 2 dead, but we thank our lucky stars it wasn't more. Right, the Fragstorm missiles, they're triggered now, so they get 3 wounds in total, rolling incredibly well. No AP on these, so we do get to save on 2s in cover, but we're not very good at rolling 2s, as we've seen. There's another 1 dead. So again, just going down thick and fast. Only 2 left in these Chosen, and now the Crackstorm. Might as well do this. So gets 1 hit, rerolls a 1, still misses. Wound on 3, gets a wound. Crackstorm is AP -1, so we're back on our 3 plus save. And there's another one, so we've only got 1 left. It's getting hard to bear now. And then you've got the Iron Rail Stubber, so 3 shots out of that one. And 2 hits, rerolls a 1 because of the captain. All hit, 4s to wound. There's 2 wounds. Again, this is AP -1, so there's only 1 left, and we're saving on 3s. And he's dead because we're rolling another 1. So that's the whole Chosen wiped out. He is the Exalted Champion, remember, so he can't be targeted just yet because he wasn't part of that unit. He's his own man. Right, we've done combats now and charges. So these fight the Rhino. They've left it on its last 2 wounds, but the Rhino actually kills 2 in return, which is a big surprise. 666 rolled. And right over here, these charge or try to charge in. No damage and failed the Overwatch. Failed the Overwatch and failed the charge. Same with the guy that was here, but because it's the Ultramarines end of the turn, they can remove that chap, and he goes because he's less than 25% in his squad. You can recycle units, so even if you chip them down to 1 model left, they can still take them off the board willingly and try and get them back on with the sustained assault rule. So it's all going the Ultramarines way still. I got absolutely hammered with these Terminators, really poor performance. We've ended up losing 7 in total.
These are on fire.
So 7 plus 4 is 11. We are leadership 10 with Black Legion, so we've lost 1. So we've got 1 guy left. And I think we're just going to take him.
These didn't fire.
Okay, so we thought we'd come down like a sledgehammer with those Terminators last turn. Didn't happen, and now we've only got one left, so he's going to have to put in 10 Terminators worth of work to be in my good books. So we've given him a challenge. He's going to have to take on these 4 Marines. The Lord and the Nurgle Prince, we're just going to plough into these intercessors. We've just had enough of this waiting around. Just going straight in. Exalted Champion, he demands the same, so he's going in. We've got the Herald, he's moved back here just to make sure we are next to this objective. That's moved, in fact. So there. And the Plague Bearer is still locked in there, so we've got Psychic Phase to do. There's no more movement. So what we're going to do is smite on this flyer. Just had enough of it. We thought just letting it go around, hitting on 5s would be okay, but what it did to the Terminators, just rolling 6s all the time, has just pushed us over the edge. So 5s to just rack the skies with lightning, take this out. Right, there we go. D3 mortal wounds. It's only got 1 left, in fact, so even that 1 is enough to bring that down. There's nobody within 6, we made sure, so that just goes down silently, and it's such a pleasant thing to see that finally go down. What a menace. Right, now we've got the Nurgle Demon Prince. He's going to do Fleshy Abundance to try and heal D3 wounds on himself, and that comes off on a 7, I believe. Right, that passes on a 5, so I've definitely passed that one. So D3 wounds restored, the full 3. Right, we're going to do some shooting. We're going to shoot the Aspiring Champion, or the Exalted Champion, into the Repressor, see what we can do with it. So, because he's got a Combi Melter, and he's hit, that's a good start. And needing it's toughness 8, isn't it? So needing a 4. Oh, he gets it. It's AP -4, no save. So the damage is 2. Well, at least we've made a bleed. Right, Demon Prince, he fires over this squad's head at the squad behind. 2 hits, 2 wounds with the Warp Boulder. Alright, there's 1, because it's AP -1, and it's 2 damage, so one guy's dead, because it is 2 damage, the Warp Boulder. Yeah, it's driven, powered by the Warp. So we'll get 1 of them. Alright, we've done the auto guns at the Intercessors as well, didn't get anything, but the Lord puts a wound on the Intercessor squad at the back, so we're just chipping away at them, and we've just clicked on that the Repulsor Tank has got the fly keyword, and this has to fire at the nearest thing with the fly keyword, and it is, considering the other flyer is now here and we destroyed the other flyer, so we might have some last cannon shots to speak of here. Has it been saving itself for this moment, because it's been doing poorly previously? So 4s, come on, I'll give it the big build up, show me some respect. Oh, just 1 hit. This is just spitting in my face at every opportunity, and there's a 1. So it was foretold. It was foretold. He doesn't perform under the bright lights. That machine spirit is cursed in the wrong kind of way, not in a good chaos way, just in the bad, don't do anything way. Right, charges, the Terminator goes in, has to make a save and makes it. Different story over here, these guys firing at the Demon Prince, charging in, and guess what, 6s galore and 5s galore to wound. There's 3 wounds on the Demon Prince. He's got to save on 4s, and he drops 2, but he's got disgustingly resilient. And he doesn't get any, he hasn't got 1 yet, I don't think, so he's back up to that old familiar 5 wounds, he's got 3 left. Let's see if he makes it in. He's going to make it in 9 inches, so what we're going to do is we're going to go around this way, keeping an inch away from this Repulsor Tank, and then we might just, oh no, it doesn't matter because it's got the fly keyword, it'll just mooch off. Okay, let's revise this. Alright, so the other 2 characters actually charge in as well, make it in with room to spare. So this is how we're going to play it. We're going to have the Demon Prince go around this side. We're hoping we can just consolidate into this unit after it's all said and done. Okay, we've done the combat phase now, and these Plague Bearers, they do well on the Rhino. Destroy it, and because the rest of them can't be placed, the rest of the unit is destroyed. So we're killing units now. Hopefully it's late enough that the Ultramarines won't be able to come on and be effective anymore. This Terminator goes in, kills 2, and the 2 fight back valiantly, but don't scratch him. Here, different story. Kill an Intercessor squad, with the trio of nastiness, and then they fight back, and they fight well. They've got loads of attacks, reroll ones because of the captain. End up putting a wound on the Lord. He did save well, but not well enough. He's taken a wound, but we're locked in combat now, but we all know what the Ultramarines do, and that's just drop back, shoot, rinse and repeat. But that is a good turn for Chaos, I think. We've done what we need to do. We've held back the Ultramarine tide. But hopefully the game doesn't go on too long, because we might not hold out. Okay, the Ultramarine sustained assault is now coming into effect. So this Intercessor squad, they died in the last turn, so they've actually passed their roll in the 2+, they come back on. This Rhino's come across from over here. It's going to try and pick up eventually this unit of 10 that passed their roll in a 2+. Had to use a stratagem reroll to get them on, rolled a 1, and they finally turned up. So they are going to try and gun down these Plague Bearers who are just roaming no man's land. But the big news is there was 2 Rhinos to try and come back in from sustained assault. That's what I meant to say. So there's 2 Rhinos that didn't come on, and most importantly, the Storm Raven stayed off the board. Thankfully, mercifully, because if it did come on, then that would have just probably cinched the game for the Ultramarines, but it's not happened. Big sigh of relief. So the Storm Raven, Storm Talon, has come on. It's occupying the centre of the table. It's going to contribute to fire on these Plague Bearers. They're going to be looking at some awful shooting. These 3 characters are now exposed. The Intercessor squad that were wrapped in combat with dropped back into the Repulsor, and now off it goes up the board, trying to claim objectives. These drop back from the combat as well. They'll still be able to fire with a -1 thanks to the Ultramarines tactic, but these characters here are now on shore. It's going to be a shooting gallery for Tellion's boys. It's target practice now. Alright, the Ultramarines start shooting, and that starts over here. So these tactical marines, they shoot into the Plague Bearers, only managed to kill 1. Spectacular rolling on the demon saves. These never let me down, these Plague Bearers. So over here, the Intercessors fail to wound the Demon Prince, so the Flyer is having to chime in. So double las cannon at the Demon Prince. They had to use a stratagem just to get 1 hit on him, and it's converted to a wound. We need to save on our Demon 5. We do not. Right, so it's going to be how much damage? 2. We need 2 demonic resilience rolls here. Come on. Oh, no. Right, so he's on his last wound again. How many times have I said that? But he's now going to be peppered by the assault cannons. Right, the assault cannon chimes in now and delivers 6 wounds on the doorstep of this Nurgle Demon Prince. So we're going to have to hope for some Dark Miracle. 7 on 4s. Okay, that was pretty good. If we can get 2 5s here, he will live on. Oh, got 1, but he's died finally. He's gone. That is upsetting. He fought a good fight, but he's gone now. And the Ultramarines are pretty happy with that. Right, the rest of the shooting phase is complete now. The Repulsor Tank just creams the Exalted Champion, just takes the last cannon shot to the back of the head and just explodes. The Onslaught Cannon Duo fires at this Terminator, only manages to achieve 1 wound. He's just a lucky Terminator. He's the sole survivor of that 10-man squad, and he plans on telling the tale. But he's taken a wound, he's teetering. Will he succumb eventually? But it's now over to charges. So the scouts, they shot Carvos something rotten. He's got 4 wounds left on him now. Sorry, he's taken 4 wounds. He's only got 2 left because of his Warlock trait. And they're thinking about charging. Is that what's going to happen?
Yeah, we'll give it a shot.
Okay, so they're going to charge. So what we're going to do is going to open fire with our plasma pistol. He's a 6. It's a 1. We get a reroll once. We do get a hit with the plasma pistol. And it's a wound. 7 on 8. 4.
That's it.
Right, look at those scouts go. Out of the element, but fighting hard. They've put 3 wounds on this Lord. He needs to save 2 of them, lest he be killed. 3s to save. He gets them all. In fact, we've got our Warlord trait on a 6. We've got to repair that. No, so he's taken a single wound, but he lives. He's on his last wound. If we didn't have that Warlord trait, he'd be dead. So he will attack back. Tell you what, we'll just do this on camera since I've got the dice ready. He's got 5 attacks. because of the elixir, and he rerolls ones. There's a 6, so it's Death to the False Emperor. And he rolls a 1, so we get a reroll ones. And we make it finally. Right, so he's also got +1 to his strength because of the elixir. So 3s to wound, and that is piss poor. 1 wound on a scout. It's AP -3, so he cleaves through one of their fleshy armour. Alright, so it's the end of the Ultramarines' turn. And we've got morale check to make for this unit here. Lost 1, but on a 1 something special happens. Nope. So nothing special happens. So it's looking grim now. We've got this repulsor making its way into the lines, and there's nothing we can do about it. We've got nothing left just about. We've just got cultists holding the fort. But that's about it. Right, turn 5 for the Black Legion, or at least we think it is. Alright, so we've moved around a little bit. These have got the running shoes on. The musician piped up with a really good song, and they moved 5, so they've moved 10 inches in total. Trying to make their way back to here. If the game continues, I might do that. If the game ends, we're assuming you have to get your cultists out of the bunkers to take these objectives, so that's what I've done, just to make sure the game doesn't end and we just haven't got our cultists out. So they're on that roof, these are on this roof in some sort of coordinated fashion. I think it's a clever idea, but we'll have to see what happens. This tried to get to this objective as a contingency, but because it's damaged, in fact, I've just thought Rhino's repair on a 6. If I can get a 6, no, never mind. So I tried to move over here. Only rolled a 1 for its advanced move, so it's not going to get there in time. So it's all down to if we can kill this flyer with the sentry gun. I'm not going to build it up anymore because it's missed every time. So if I can do that, that'll be alright. This Terminator, 1 wound left, he's going to do a charge. Always getting nervous about that last wound in Overwatch. And the Carvos, the Chaos Lord, he's got to fight his way out of that circle. But ultimately, if the game ends now, it will be a blessing. So what we'll do, we'll open up with the notorious sentry gun. Hitting on 4s against this flyer, it's the nearest unit. He's hit twice, okay. 3s to wound. Okay, we'll get 1 wound. So, 7 on a 6. No. Alright, so the damage is 4. Alright, so he's taken 6 wounds now. Don't know if it's enough to worry him. Right, I've done our shooting, and it was minimal. Had all the auto guns shoot at the 2 Marines there, killed them. So that allows this guy, he's going to try and charge in on the scouts, trying to save Carvos for no reason other than he's the Lord. So he fires his pistol in combat as well. Hits. Rolls a 1 to wound, so no dice there. So we're going straight on to combat. So the guy with the lightning claws, he fights first because he's a charger. And he rerolls 1s because of the Lord. Oh my word. 3s to wound, lightning claws, there we go. There's 2 wounds, 7 on 6s because it's AP -2. Right, so 1 scout dies, 1 lives.
Dying hard.
Right, and so now it's my turn to trigger a unit in ongoing combat. So of course it's time to have Carvos fight again. See if he can strip away these guys. 5 attacks because of his warlord trait. Oh my word. 2 1s, but he rerolls 1s. There we go. And he's got Death to the False Emperor, so we'll get an extra attack because of that 6, and we make it. And then wounds on 3s with the elixir. Right, okay, so it's AP3, so he's just cut down 5, just without question. Right, there's only 2 scouts left. They're going to try the luck and bring this lord down, so here we go. So hit twice.
Oh, Chainsaw gets an extra attack, doesn't he?
Yes, he does, so he's an extra attack here. So 3 attacks, hit, needing 4s. This lord is on his last wound, remember. Oh, gets all 3. Right, gonna have to save on 3s. And we failed 2. We still got out.
Sergeant.
No, we're not slain yet. We've still got to save
No.
on 6s because of the Warlord trait. Nothing short of a miracle. No, 2 and a 5.
Well done, Sarge.
It's brought down, and that's a victory point for Slay the Warlord. But I don't think it's really going to matter in this mission. Right, so now it is the big roll. It's the end of the turn for the Black Legion. The game continues on a 3, and it's the Space Marines prerogative to roll it.
Here we go.
It continues. The Black Legionnaires' hearts sink.
Do that.
Well, they don't, because there's only one of them left. But we're going to have to weather another storm of fire, and if we can just do that, we might be able to hang on, but... Right, Ultramarines turn 6. Sustained assault in effect again. The rhinos come, well, one does. A flyer stays off again. Oh, thanks. I would have conceded if that came back on. So more Marines come back on in force. There's 2 squads, one here, one there. These step forward, and the captain fancies his go with this Terminator. Right, the Storm Talon flies over this way. That's Operation Take Out the Rhino and obliterate the units of cultists. So we got out thinking the game could end, and now the game probably has ended for us. They're going to get smashed to smithereens here. They've got the Intercessor squad here ready to move in. The Repulsor Tank is going to fire all of its 100 billion shots around at the cultists, probably the last cannons at the Rhino, we're being told. And these scouts drop back out of the combat. It's going to allow this Terminator to get obliterated and the scouts free to try and move on to an objective. So here we go then, shooting phase. Hold on to your hats. Alright, the Gravis Captain shoots with these bolt stone gauntlet. It's basically a bolt pistol with 3 shots. Gets a wound on the Terminator, and the Terminator saves, so he clings onto life. Tellian chimes in now, and he's hit twice. 4's to wound, gets 2 wounds.
And a mortal wound.
He's not like the snipers, he does not get a mortal wound for the 6. No, he's just got a really nasty weapon anyway. So -1 AP for Quietus. So 7 on 3s for the Terminator, and he's finally let go and shuffled off this mortal coil. Sweet relief. The Ultramarines have finished the shooting phase, and it's been fruitful. Mass amounts of bolters from the bat line at long range still, but there's about 100 of them now. Kill 6 of my beloved plague bearers, so you have to do a morale check at the end of this turn. This Rhino survives everything thrown at it. 4 las cannon shots came its way, and it only took 1 wound. Not so good for the cultists on top. Those are the prized ones. They were the ones that needed to survive, and they were just obliterated by the Onslaught Gatling cannons and the twin assault cannon. We've lost 4 out of this unit as well because of the intercessors and the scouts chiming in, and now the intercessors will charge the scouts. So combat's done over here. They survive the overwatch and get in the fight. They've killed a couple of cultists, and the cultists managed to do 2 wounds back on the intercessors and kill 1. So that's how it's ended up. They're not within 3 of this objective. The cultists have held them back just a little bit, but now it's time for morale checks. So the cultists are on a 7 with the champion, part of them I think. They'll double check this. Right, so the leadership 6 with the champion, so he should still be alive, and you get a +1 because the Black Legion. So I'm leadership 7, but I've lost 7 in total this turn, so I'm going to lose however many I roll on this dice here. 3, and there's only 3 left. So they go off into legend now, so there's nobody left. But those intercessors stood still, looking at the objective, but they're just not scoring it. Over here we lost 6, and these are leadership 7. And we roll a 1. And do you know what that is? That's D6 demons back in the unit because we've got the banner. So 2. Right, so it's very little to move now. Only got 2 units left, 3 units. This plague bearer unit, they advance 8 inches in total all the way to this objective. So we're holding this one, we are holding this one, and the Rhino is still alive. So what we're going to do is we're going to advance this, try and get down to here, take that one. So it goes 2, but it's severely damaged. So we are only going 8 in total. Do we get there? Let's have a look with the magic eagle. Yes, we do. It's quality stuff. So we're actually holding that one because there's no intercessors within 3 of that. So we're actually stolen that one. If we rolled a 1, that would have scuppered us. We ran out of stratagems a long time ago. So that's what we're going to do. Right, we've got one thing to shoot. We're going to shoot this battery. So it's hitting this flyer. We get 3 hits. In fact, no, we only get 2 hits because this has got -1 to hit, hasn't it?
Yeah.
And this has got a +1 to hit.
Yeah.
So it still means we'll end up on 5. So the 4 doesn't count. Should have been hitting on
Yeah, you've been hitting on 4s.
Well, we are. Well, the thing is, we haven't been hitting at all. That's the thing with this. It's just been doing nothing.
Oh, cool.
Right. So anyway, wound on 3s. See if we can do anything to it. No, it's fate. This entire game. It's done next to nothing. Oh, we've got to do our psychic phase. So we're going to do smite on this flyer. So we get it. D3 wounds. 2 wounds on the flyer, so it's got 8 wounds in total. I don't think it's going to matter so much. Right, so this has only got 2 wounds left, so we'll be hitting on 5s in the next turn, but really don't think it's going to be a next turn here. We're going to bang it all on this dice roll. On a 4+, the game continues. Anything else, it doesn't. Yeah! Right, so we've got this objective, because we'll score that with 1 guy. We've ended up with this one, because we've got more troop units on the objective than the flyer, and we've got objective secured these days thanks to the Chaos Codex. And this miraculous reversal reverses down the street, don't see it coming, take this objective as well. So 3 points each, that is 9 points. I can't believe I've got all the objectives. I just cannot believe it.
Good play.
Yeah, so 3 points per objective, that's 9 points, but the Ultramarines did get 1 point for Slay the Warlord, so that was a rocky story. That just absolutely got hammered, but held on by the skin of our demonic teeth.